there is a kind of pain that does not come because you have nothing. It comes because you have forgotten what you still have. And I wanted to speak to that person who is tired, the person who has been carrying pressure for so long that now you are starting to call yourself empty. Not because you're empty, but because you're exhausted. I was reflecting on a story about a woman in her mid-60s. She woke up one morning and she realized that she had lived her whole life in the same small town. For years, she had dreamt of traveling. She had dreamt of seeing the world. She had dreamt of a bigger life. But dreaming and moving are not the same thing. Dreaming is easy. Decisions cost. So on her 65th birthday, she finally made a move. She sold almost everything she owned. She kept only a few essentials and packed them in a backpack and stepped onto the open road. At first, it was beautiful. Every step felt alive. Every morning felt fresh. Every scene felt like proof that it was not too late for her. But then the road got real. Her feet began to ache. Her body grew tired. She missed the comfort. She missed the certainty. She missed what was familiar. And one day, overwhelmed by the cost of the journey, she stopped. She took off her backpack. She threw it to the ground. She sat beside it and cried. And then she said something many people, even if they never say it out loud. She said, "I have nothing left." Now, let me stop there, because that is not just her story. That is the cry of many leaders, many parents, many entrepreneurs, many professionals, many good people who have been strong for too long. Nothing left. But most of the time, that is not the truth. That is just exhaustion talking. That is disappointment talking. And that is pain talking. And pain is real, but pain is a poor interpreter of your reality. In the story, there was a wise old man who was sitting behind a bush nearby, and he heard her crying and complaining. So he came out, took her backpack, and ran off into the forest. Now she was shattered, because now the very thing that she had thrown down in frustration suddenly became precious, because that was her everything. So she sat there, and after some time she got up and began to walk again. And after she had walked about 1 kilometer or so on the road, she found her backpack once more, because the old wise man had left it on the road. The same backpack, same contents, the same weight. Nothing had changed in the bag. What had changed was her sight. And that is the lesson here. Sometimes life does not need to give you something new. Sometimes life needs to wake you up to what you already have. How many times have we sat beside our own support and called ourselves alone? How many times have we sat beside our own wisdom and called ourselves lost? You still have a back. Your backpack may be your faith. It may be your experience. It may be your resilience. It may be the people who still believe in you. It may be the lessons your pain has already taught you. It may be the grace that has carried you thus far. You may be tired, but tired is not empty. You may be discouraged, but discouraged is not defeated. You may be hurting, but hurting is not hopeless. So if the road is hard right now, do not make permanent conclusions from temporary pain. Lift your eyes, look again. Your backpack may still be there. The strength for the next steps is there. The wisdom for the next step is there. The grace for the next step is there. The support for your next step is there. Maybe not for the next 10 years. Maybe not for the whole mountain. Maybe not for a full map, but enough for the next step. And that is how most meaningful journeys work. Not with endless certainty, not with perfect clarity, not with constant motivation, but with just enough for now. So here's my encouragement to you. Do not throw away your confidence because the road became costly. Do not despise what still remains. Do not ignore the provisions you have simply because it does not feel spectacular. Sometimes the breakthrough is not a new opportunity. Sometimes the breakthrough is seeing with gratitude and clarity what you have been carrying all along. So if you're struggling right now, listen to me. You still have what you need to take the next smallest step. Then take the one after that and trust that in time, what feels heavy today may become the very evidence that you were never empty at all. Take the next step. Don't give up. Keep moving. The sun will rise again.